Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Coaches Huddle. My name is Coach Schaefer.
And my name is Coach Hillsman.
And ladies and gentlemen, today we would like to take a few moments out of our show to give a moment of silence that was lost 12 years ago on September 11th, 2001 in the Twin Towers, the Pentagon, and the Pennsylvania crash.
Also to note that on Monday, September 16th, 2013, 12 lives were lost in the Washington Navy shipyard shooting. Please pray for those affected in this.
Thank you very much.
I am Coach Hillsman.
And I'm Coach Schaefer. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Coaches Huddle. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, last week Coach Hillsman and I had a little competition going on about who could have the best record in picks. And, well, how did that end?
Unfortunately, it was a three-way tie. Steve Spurrier, I blame that on you. Your coaching tactics.
Naughty. Now, unfortunately, this week, Coach Wynn is not with us due to some issues that were out of control. Control what you can control, basically.
Yes.
You know, and we couldn't control the fact that, well, he couldn't get here. But, yeah, three-way tie between us both. Congrats to all three of us on three-way tying. And, you know, I thought personally that you and I were going to win that thing.
Yeah, I thought so.
Because I had a feeling Miami is going to...
Them Hurricanes, how about that you, baby? Hey. But,
anyway, we also have some picks going on today. Let's start out with Washington and Indiana State.
Washington, Indiana State. I have Washington because I don't know anything about Indiana State. I mean, that's just it. Don't know anything about them. You don't know anything about a team, you'd rather have them shock you and prove you wrong than pick them and they get blasted.
Yeah, make it look bad. And I'm in the same position as you. I don't know anything about Indiana State, so I have to go with Washington. But hey, if they beat Washington, shoot, I will learn more about them.
Yes.
Our next game is the Purdue Boilermakers versus Wisconsin Badgers.
Ooh, how about them Boilermakers? Boilermakers been pretty good this season so far. I mean, even though they have a few losses on the record already,
yeah,
the games that they played in against the caliber team that they played against, like against Notre Dame, they played pretty great against Notre Dame.
Yeah.
In my opinion, they played a great team.
Agreed. Very, very much agreed. They did play really good, but who you got winning this game?
I have Wisconsin winning it. This is going to be a close battle, but I have Wisconsin pulling it out. I give them 9-point win, 9 points.
I'm going to have to go with Wisconsin, too, even though I think Purdue, even though they've lost games, they've been close. They've fought hard. They've anchored down, and, you know, they played discipline, and they fought hard throughout every game. But I think Wisconsin, there's a talent gap between Wisconsin and Purdue. I think Wisconsin has better talent, and I think Wisconsin will win by at least a touchdown and a field goal.
Okay. 10 points. Next we got Tennessee and UF, which is on currently. We haven't looked at the score, so don't think we're cheating. But who you got, Coach?
I have to go with the University of Florida. I think even after the little sloppy play against Miami, what was it, 5-6 turnovers, I think, most of them in the red zone. I think even after all of that, I still think University of Florida has a better team than Tennessee. I think their defense is better than Tennessee's offense, and I think their offense is better than Tennessee's defense. And it's in Gainesville. So, there you go, Ben Hill Griffin.
But I'm picking Florida because of the dark cloud that's hanging over Tennessee's program right now, with all the money transfers, and they're doing investigations there. Investigation always takes your mind off football, even though you don't want it to. It always does.
Very true.
It's just a thing that happens.
Very true. All right, the next one we got is the Maine Black Bears versus the Northwestern Wildcats.
Ooh, that's a toss-up. Not really. But hey, I'm going with the Wildcats here on this one, Coach. What about you?
I'm gonna go with Northwestern too. They're also, I think they're a better team than Maine. Personally, I don't know anything about Maine, but I'm just going to go with the latter and say the Northwestern is a better team.
Yeah, I mean, even though Northwestern lost their safety at the beginning of the season, week 1, with the ACL tear, hey, get better.
Yeah.
See you next year.
Best of luck to you. Next one we got is one you might have interest in because your team beat this team last week.
Yep.
Is Michigan State University, your rival and state rival. I know you want to. Versus the Golden Domers of Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Who you got in this one?
We beat Michigan, kind of off track. We beat the Golden Domers, go blue. But I have the Golden Domers in this one because, I mean, they might have struggled against some teams, like we were talking about Purdue. They struggled against Purdue, but I mean, they pulled it out. But Michigan State, their little games that they pulled out, they've done it against small schools. I mean, I know another game, once again off topic, Michigan pulled a itty bitty win out against Akron.
Yeah.
But they almost lost to USF. I mean, it might have been the rain delay that might have messed that game up.
Yeah.
But the fact is, you shouldn't have that problem. I mean, USF has yet to win a game this season.
Yeah, very true.
So,
and I'm going to go with the Golden Domers only because Michigan State, their offense is very lax. It's not what it needs to be. Their running game is not there. Their quarterback play isn't as good as it was a few years ago. I have to go with Notre Dame in this one. I feel they're a better team. The next one we got, Coach Hillsman, I'll let you do this one.
University Louisiana Monroe versus the Baylor Bears. Baylor Bears.
Baylor Bears.
The Bears.
The Bears? No, not Chicago. We're not going that far.
But this team right here, Louisiana Monroe, is a team to knock off. I mean, not to get knocked off, but a team that knocks off FBS teams. They just come in. They just come in. It's destroying. They're like, oh, y'all think y'all gonna run us over? Y'all think y'all gonna run us over with a bicycle? You better try that with a tank. We got a tank of our own.
I remember watching Arkansas last season. Arkansas was projected national championship team, and then beat Arkansas in Arkansas. Yeah. I mean,
that's scary.
If I'm Baylor, look out. ULM's gonna sneak up on you if you overlook them.
But I'm gonna go out on the wire, Coach, and I'm gonna go with Louisiana Monroe on this one.
Louisiana Monroe? I would agree with you. However, I'm gonna go with Louisiana Monroe.
I mean, not to say Baylor's bad. If Baylor does win it, they might win by a touchdown. They might prove it's fun. They might blow them out the water. They might have a good game.
Very true.
Have a great game. Monroe might have a bad game, but hey.
I have to go with the Monroe though because Baylor's defense isn't there.
Yeah.
They have a great offense, but their defense. I think the defense isn't there. I think Louisiana Monroe might possibly. I don't want any of you guys getting offended, but possibly have a better defense than Baylor.
Yeah.
All right, our next one, ladies and gentlemen, is, well, this is the first time they've ever played each other, Bethune-Cookman versus Florida State in Tallahassee.
Hey, HBC. Hey, yeah, we're going with the spear here. Fear the spear. No, Coach, I'm not doing that.
Come on. I shot up the U. You have to do this one. I shot up the U for you gotta shut up your U again. All right, I'm gonna go for Florida State as well. Bethune-Cookman, even though Jimbo Fisher has been kind of talking like, oh yeah, we don't need to overlook this team, and you shouldn't overlook teams.
You shouldn't
anyway.
overlook any team that you play.
However, talent gap's like a mile long.
Well,
I guess.
I mean, they have some players on that team that could possibly be on a D1 level.
Yeah,
But they choose, for many reasons, family reasons, things of that nature.
to go to different colleges.
Go to a
I
different college,
I totally,
stay closer to home.
I totally agree with you.
So, hey.
I got Florida State winning this 62 to nothing.
6-2-0. I'm going to drop that to... I think Bethune will score. And I think if they do score once, if they score a touchdown, that is. If they score at least once, I take that as a win. I'm going home. I'm taking that as a win because there's no way they should get past the 50-yard line or as big as Florida State is. Intimidation factor will be heavy on this game.
And you got J-Boo out there throwing around, famous Jameis just... he's number 8 on the Heisman list.
Hey, work your way up.
I didn't know that until they showed it today. All right, our next matchup is Arizona State versus Stanford. Who you got?
This, I believe, is going to be one of the games of the week. One of the other ones that we have in here will be the game of the week.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about ranked team-wise, it's going to be the game of the week.
Yeah.
Just because of the fact Stanford, number 5, they are looking really good this year.
Definitely.
If anybody would knock them off right now in mid-season form, it would be Stanford. Or not Stanford, but it would be Arizona State.
Yeah.
Number 22.
Definitely.
What about you, Coach?
I have to go with Stanford. Stanford is modeled after a very dominant program of recent years. Let's talk about Alabama. They are a power running team and they play defense.
Yes.
That has been they are the only team in the Pac-12 that is a power run and defense team. You have Oregon who spread no huddle, speed it out, but they always get beat by Stanford. The last 2 years by Stanford.
Field goal, hey.
It wins a win though. But I have to go with Stanford because I just think Stanford's defense is key in this game. The defense and the running game is going to be key, and I think Stanford can pound the rock and win the defensive battle.
Gotcha.
Our next one is going to be Southern Methodist University versus Texas A&M and Johnny Football.
Show me the money. I think Texas A&M's gonna make work of SMU. Sorry, guys. But I don't think Texas A&M is overlooking them. They're just trying to get to the next game, be done with it. No, that loss against Alabama last week, that hurt kind of bad.
Yeah, that did.
And just to come back all the way into 21, down 21, to lose by 7. Hey, I think Johnny Manziel, Johnny Football, Johnny Heisman will show more maturity in this game.
Yeah.
He will still get taunted, but I think he'll show more maturity in this game. I think in the Rice game, when he did his little taunt and point to the scoreboard thing, unnecessary, yes, but it was one of the first people out there to actually get up in his face and talk mess.
Yeah.
Instead of over the internet, on TV. The coaches obviously grill you, but they're the coach. That's what they're supposed to do. Constructive criticism is the way to go.
True, very true. I have Texas A&M making easy work of SMU. SMU had a good quarterback a few years ago, but I don't think SMU can keep up with talent. So I got Texas A&M winning this one. All right, Coach, what's our next little matchup we got going?
Little. That's
in it's like David versus Goliath, literally.
Yeah. We got Alabama, number 1 Alabama, versus Colorado State. I would love.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that one more time?
Colorado State.
Colorado. I missed that. I'm not going to be rude. I think, are they FCS? I think they're FCS.
No, they're FBS.
They're FBS.
They're in a little rivalry with Colorado.
Oh, the Bison of Colorado. Okay, Colorado. Okay, yeah. Okay, I remember now. Sorry about that. Sorry, it took me a minute to remember. I haven't heard anything about this team in a long time. Well, actually, make that
still there
since I've been born. So 21 years.
But I would love myself, and I would love to see. I know a lot of you would love to see it too. To Alabama, David, to knock off Alabama. And if that happens, Alabama will not be in the national title championship game this year.
I think Coach Wentz would have a heart attack.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Hey, Coach Wentz, if you're watching this right now, yes, I said I would love to see Colorado State beat Alabama. They lose this game. Unlike previous years, they lost to good teams, and somehow they made it back to the national championship game. They lose to them, they will not make it. They'll probably. This is kind of tough to say, but they will fall to like number 16, 17, if not out
On the top 25.
But I have Alabama in this game just because Alabama is Alabama. Don't like them, but they're Alabama. What about you, Coach?
I'm going to go with Alabama. Big win. The Tide's going to roll. The Elephant's going to walk out on the field. You know the saying, when the sun rises to the east and the bird, whatever, Alabama's going to have a big win, whatever. Hammer, jammer, yellow hammer, give them hell, Alabama, or whatever the heck the saying is. Yeah, but big win for Alabama.
Big win. I think it's going to be like 76, 73, something like that.
I was thinking like 120s, maybe.
And they ain't breaking records up.
I don't know, Nick Saban, I'm like, you know what? All this Texas stuff has got people worried. I'm just going to go break a few records. Maybe they'll shut up.
There will be a sports source sport. Oh, and while we're on the Alabama topic, TJ Yeldon will be suspended for one quarter, very first quarter. Because that taunt right there that Coach Schaefer just did to Johnny Manziel.
And I imagine his face on the sideline when Nick Saban was coming at him was... Yeah.
It's like, I hit the rewind button. Please.
I don't want Saban killing me. Because, and, you know, we're going to go a little bit off topic for a second. I think NCAA is getting a little bit overzealous about how they approach things. I mean, it's a taunt. It's a gesture. It's not like you're going out there and saying, hey, let me slit your throat really fast.
But I don't think it was the money thing. I think it was the slit throat thing. They banned it in all sports just because the fact of you saying you're going to slit somebody's throat, that's a threat. I guess they consider it as a threat. I mean, a lot of people nowadays are very oversensitive about certain things.
This is a man's sport. I think, to be honest, I think, that's just like the NFL guy getting fined for running over a player with the crown of his head.
Yeah. But that's on the safety thing. Like last year, when I believe it was a defensive lineman, he made a sack. He got on the ground. He did the machine gun.
Yeah.
When he got on the ground, it's like, he got fined a lot of money for something. I mean, some of the stuff is understandable, but I guess with guns and knives and killing.
Yeah, I think, and that's just like the over celebration. Whenever someone, especially if the team piles on each other, I think that's just stupid to penalize a team for just celebrating. I think it's just dumb. I mean, yeah, they celebrated, they won their game, let's celebrate that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go on to our next topic. Well, not next topic, but our next pick. It is Savannah State versus Miami. Yeah, I meant to pick you in this one.
You already know what my head is. Yeah, buddy.
Shh, don't tell my Florida State people, okay?
No reason to even talk about why. You already know.
It's Miami, and it's Savannah State.
Yeah.
If you want any examples of what Savannah State's like, go look at Florida State versus Savannah State. You'll get a very, very good definition about what Savannah State's all about. I'm going to go ahead and tell you.
I mean, they're not a bad team in their respective area that they should be at.
Yeah.
But when they go in against a powerhouse like this, I mean, Miami does not need to overlook them, but when they go into a powerhouse like this, they should not. They should understand that they're going to come out with a loss most likely.
Yeah.
I mean, you never think, because you come into a game, I'm going to lose. If your head's down, I'm going to win. You already lost the game.
Yeah.
There's no reason to be in there.
Yeah. Our next one is Texas State versus Texas Tech. You got winning.
Coach, I have Texas Tech winning. Pew, pew, pew.
Red Raiders. I like the quarterback for Texas Tech. He's a walk-on, and he's doing a fine job as a walk-on.
I agree.
Very fine job. I'm going to go with Texas Tech as well. Texas State. I don't think Texas State's going to be able to beat Texas Tech. So I'm going to go with Texas State. Or Texas Tech on this one, sorry.
I agree. Texas State will score at least twice.
Yeah.
But that's it. That's gonna be it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, our next one is Michigan versus UConn.
They play anything like they did against Akron, they will lose.
Definitely. I have to agree.
I think if they do lose to them, on account of anybody who's wearing a legendary jersey,
Yeah.
their legendary jersey should be snatched.
Should be snatched.
Devin Gardner last week, I don't know what the heck he was thinking.
Definitely.
No, but to
Wasn't he wearing like 89?
98.
98.
But he and his interceptions and the fumbles by Truson, they thought they were gonna walk over Akron. The Zips will try to zip right by him.
Well, the Zips almost got him, didn't they?
Yeah. And then they lose. And the reason Akron lost and Michigan won was because of Akron's quarterback. I guess he didn't think he was going to be in that situation that game. He thought it was going to be like a runaway game and they just going to, whatever. Last few seconds of the game, we're down by 4 and we're right here in the 1 with 30 seconds left. And then they get sacked. And then somehow it gets the 4th down. They on the 3. And he throws the ball, rushes it, falls short. Michigan wins. I give Akron a big clap on that one.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go to our, game of the week that's not between two ranked teams. And it's the Tigers versus the Tigers. Tigers on Tigers.
Weird. Clemson and who?
No, it's not Clemson. It's Auburn and
LSU.
LSU. Auburn Tigers, Clemson Tigers, LSU Tigers. You know, there's just too many Tigers to count.
Playing in Death Valley. So
Which Death Valley? Are we talking about the Clemson one or are we talking about the LSU one? There are just too many Death Valleys.
According to Les Miles, they are Death Valley for this year.
Oh, okay.
Due to last year's bowl.
Bowl loss?
No, bowl win.
Oh, Dabo Sweeney, not Les Miles. Dabo Sweeney was
You right,
Clemson. Clemson coach. Oh, Dabo. Do the Dabo.
We'll be speaking on Clemson here in a second, matter of fact.
Definitely.
But I got LSU. 2 3-0 teams playing each other.
Yeah.
That should be an interesting battle.
Definitely.
It's gonna be a close game. I don't count Auburn. You never count Auburn out. Hopefully they'll be the team to knock off old Alabama. But hey, let's go to Death Valley. Let's hear them Tigers roar. I know I'm pretty scared walking out against Mike.
Yeah. I got LSU winning this one. I understand that Auburn is kind of revamped now. They have the head coach now was there whenever Cam Newton was there. He was offensive coordinator at the time. But I just have to go with Zach Mettenberger and Les Miles. Old Mad Hatter. I have to go with him in LSU against Auburn. I think LSU has a better running game. They have some good backs. And Zach Mettenberger, I think, is coming into form finally.
His quarterback vision is amazing. Throwing in windows like this.
Size of my head, basically.
And hitting those receivers' hands.
He's slinging it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's all for our picks this week. But we're going to on the next topic, and it's
my bad, Coach. Put your picks down in the comment section below. We can go for a race.
Definitely, and we'll keep track of what you score, and you can face us head to head, and we'll see who wins. Whoever wins, we'll decide on your prize when you win. We haven't actually come up with a prize yet, but we're thinking on it. We're debating on what it could be, whether it could be $50 or something like that. You never know.
Never know.
Just put them down below and your record against us, and let us know.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, our next topic. Going some old America's pastime. Get a little bit of. Oh, it's a home run. I see it.
Oh! Clinch the division. Oh. One of my teams have clinched the division. Yay!
Who's that? Who's your team?
Red Sox coach.
The Red Sox? Didn't the Red Sox and the Dodgers clinch divisions?
Actually, yeah, Dodgers clinched the division and went jumping in some swimming.
Oh, yeah. And now, I'm happy because the Dodgers, I like the Dodgers, and I like the Red Sox. And it's kind of bad because some people are like, you can't like the Dodgers and the Red Sox at the same time. Like, sure you can. Who says you can't? Is there a law? I like baseball, and it happens. I mean, but those two clinched the division. Very happy for them. But we'll see who else can vie in to join those two in the off season.
Did you catch You remember how I said they went to catch a little swim?
Yeah.
Did you see the celebration?
Yeah. Now that's actually our next topic. Is do you guys think that the Dodgers celebration was a little overboard?
Jumping in Arizona's pool, swim pool.
What do you think?
I think they should have fun. I mean, does it say, hey, no players allowed in a pool? I mean, everybody else can swim in it. Yeah. Everybody else can swim in it. I mean, why can't they swim in it? I mean, you just think because they're on the field, they don't want to have some fun? I think, hey, the pool's there. It's a pool for a reason. What do you do in pools, Coach? What do you do in pools? You swim. Exactly. You jump in, you have fun. I mean, the Arizona senator said they are seeing. He said they are brats, overpaid brats.
Me personally,
ouched.
My opinion of it is, you just clinch your division. You're excited. You're overly excited. You're ecstatic. Okay. Now, that pool's a part of the stadium, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Am I right? Okay. So is the field. Yeah. So are the bathrooms. It's a part of the stadium. They were just using part of the stadium. They're having fun. What would your team do if they just won? If they clinched the division that night, they'd probably go jump in the pool too, and you wouldn't say anything. You'd be like, oh, okay, they're jumping in the pool.
Especially if Arizona clinched the division, they would go jump in the pool. Well, it would be like.
I mean,
last one to the pool is rotten egg.
I see no issue with this. It's a pool. What's it going to do? Okay, they peed in the water. Oh, okay. Well, drain it and put some more water in it. Or, cleanse it, do whatever.
I'm pretty sure they do that anyway. So I don't understand the big problem. The game was over?
No, there wasn't even anybody in the stadium.
Oh, there was a few people in the stadium. Few people in the stadium eating.
But, I mean, there wasn't it wasn't packed.
Yeah.
When they were like, oh, hey, let's go jump in the pool in front of everybody.
It's not like they did right at the end of the game.
They waited. They waited until, I guess it was like a security reason or something like that. There was a security problem, and they waited. And then when there was not a security issue, they left. They went out and jumped in the pool, and they had fun. They celebrated the fact that they just clinched the division. People nowadays are just too sensitive about everything. It's getting ridiculous.
Well, I have a feeling that there are some sensitive
very
North Carolina State fans.
Definitely. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we will show you why.
7 lead. 5-speed Underwood trying to turn the corner. He's got great speed. Underwood turning it on. 40, still on his feet. Can he stay in bounds? Ryan Underwood headed for the house. He goes into the end zone and they signal touchdown, but it appears that he was marked out of bounds.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why we say that the NC State fans were very sensitive about the calls made by the referees. I mean, I went back and watched that video.
I went back and watched it too after I heard about it.
He wasn't out. He was not out. You even heard the people doing the telecast of the game saying that was a missed call.
When I heard about it, I was thinking they blew the whistle when he was stepped on the line.
Yeah.
when I went back to look at the replay, they went to review it as they do every touchdown that is close.
Yeah.
So people won't be over sensitive about the stuff that's called.
Yeah. And the rule book says that it has to be indisputable video evidence to overturn the call.
Yeah.
In no way in that video was it indisputable. You couldn't tell from any angle whether he did step out of bounds or not. And I mean, that was a real life sucker, because right after that, there was a fumble at the quarterback 2 plays later.
Yeah.
I mean, it took the wind out of NC State sails. And, you know, it really makes you question sometimes the officials for the ACC. I question the officials for the ACC anytime, especially with how they do Florida State-Miami games. They're always getting, you know, looked at after those type of games. Because, I mean, you remember...
big game. I mean...
Any big game, it seems like the ACC officials screw everything up.
Yeah, but... I mean, I'm an official myself. I mean, but... in the moment, it's... Everything's going like 100 miles an hour.
Yeah.
In the moment. I mean, but then you have people upstairs who aren't doing anything. The only thing they gotta do is look at a video.
And see.
Look at a video. Look at the replay once again. Look at the video again. And determine. They got time. I've seen where they took 10 minutes determining something. I mean, I don't understand. I don't know how long they took in this video. It's the replay. But, yeah.
I mean, it aggravates me a little bit because that was a big play.
Yeah.
It was an 83-yard touchdown run, and refs at that game, you really screwed up. Just want to let you know, I'm watching you.
It wasn't the refs, though. It was the people upstairs.
Well,
they messed
they're
up.
like video referees, basically.
I mean, but you can't blame the referees on the field.
Well, they're the ones who called him out, which is then the replay came in.
Yeah.
I think it was either challenge. I don't know if it was challenge, but you know, at the same time they called him out even though he wasn't out.
Yeah. I mean, but hey,
I congratulate Clemson on winning though. It keeps them up in the top 5.
but that's a Florida State could hop somebody.
Possibly. And Florida State can beat them in Death Valley.
Yeah,
But you can dream, can't you?
But one last comment on this story. I don't think one play should determine what the outcome of the game is.
Very true.
At the very end of the game. But that will come later, in my words of wisdom. So we'll wait for that.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to do Coach Hillsman's words of wisdom for this week. What he told you, and you thought he was kidding. Please.
Be your very best. All times, be your very best. Be the best as you can be. All times. Why? Just because of the fact of you never know who's watching you.
Exactly.
I mean, the refs could have did better in that Clemson game, in the NC State game. The players for NC State, like I said, they shouldn't blame it all on one play.
Mm-hmm.
If they would have did better on defense, Clemson wouldn't have scored.
Mm-hmm.
They wouldn't been in that predicament.
Mm-hmm.
That call would just been like, okay, another call. Hey, we're gonna go out here. Quarterback would have held onto the ball. Hey, we just want to go out here. We want to get this touchdown back.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you see it all the time, and you're like going back to that South Carolina Michigan game. Or that Jadavian Clowney hit when the refs called 4th down on a play, or they called a 1st down. This is the ball. This is the 1st down marker. And on a 4th down, oh, this is the 1st down going that way. South Carolina was like, you know what? No, we want to be the very best we could be. And that hit was basically it. And they recovered that football. To get the ball back, they have to. Gotta play against the refs. Gotta play against their calls, not the refs themselves. But you gotta play against their calls.
Yeah, very true.
But go ahead, Coach.
No, I was about to add on, just be your very best 100% of the time.
I say 2,000% of the time. But you never know. Be the very best at what you do. If you want to go rob a bank, don't do that. Don't do that.
Do not think we encourage bank robbing, ladies and gentlemen. That's not what we do here.
But if you go rob a bank, be the very best you could be at robbing the bank.
That's a terrible, terrible example.
I mean, yes, it is. If you're going
to be a president, be the best president you can be.
Yeah.
There you go.
But hey,
I just fixed it. I fixed it.
But to the words of glory for the week.
Yep, words of wisdom. All right, ladies and gentlemen, next we're going to do the 45 seconds of glory, and we will let...
Oh, dang it. That's what I meant. Hey.
Coach Hillsman go first.
45 seconds of glory. The masseur, the Brazilian masseur, ran to block the 2 game-saving goals. Or, I mean, it was on the same play, but 2 same game-saving goals. And it was ran out of the stadium by the players. Like 5 players took off after him. He ran through a door. It was like a steel door. It was the funniest thing, probably the scariest thing for him. He's ever done. Yep. That's the glory player this week for me. Coach, what about for you?
My 45 seconds of glory are going to be NCAA. The NCAA and the NFL.
Yeah.
The NCAA and the NFL have gotten, well, sensitive about everything. You can't run over players anymore. You can't celebrate. You can't hug your guy because he made a touchdown play. Or, now jumping in the swimming pool is too much. I think what America needs to do and what everybody else needs to do is just buck up. Buck up and get over it. It happens. They won. Let them celebrate. It's not like they're doing any harm to you personally.
Really?
They're not physically hurting you anymore. They're not coming over there and punching you in the face. They're not doing anything bad. They're celebrating. I mean, that's just like a game-winning touchdown. Let's take a game-winning touchdown a few years ago in which Boise State, I believe against Oklahoma, got penalized because a lot of their players went to the end zone, were jumping up and down with the other player. God forbid you jump up and down with another player and celebrate. Oh my goodness!
I mean, it's not like it
took
changed,
my tooth out.
It's not like it changed the outcome of that game.
Yeah.
But it was a game. It was the Military Bowl. K-State. I cannot remember who they were playing. I was watching it. He runs into the end zone. Military Bowl. Get this, Military Bowl. So it's like a lot of military. It's like a military appreciation.
Mm-hmm.
K-State guy comes up after he scores a touchdown, game-winning touchdown. No, they only had to get the extra point to win the game.
Mm-hmm.
Salutes to the crowd, to the Air Force, thanking the troops for what they do. He gets a 15-yard flag. They end up losing the game.
And that
In that moment there, the NCAA got oversensitive. Like in games, after that, they stopped allowing celebrations. It's like, you do something good, you don't want to celebrate about it. I mean, you're supposed to, that's what you're supposed to do.
and see, I bet the thing is, when they pass those sanctions and stuff like that, I bet you the NCAA is celebrating. Yeah, we can't have these guys celebrating anymore. Mm-hmm. Get up out of here. Y'all celebration.
I think teams should go back to Miami style, back in the 80s when they celebration. Do something to deserve a flag.
Yeah, I mean, now, I don't get it. I really don't. But that's my 45 seconds of glory, ladies and gentlemen. Please comment on that, because I'd really like to hear some of your opinions on the NCAA, especially if you feel like they're overstepping their bounds with a lot of these rules and a lot of sanctions. Now, I do agree with player safety. I do agree with that, like targeting at the head.
Yeah,
I mean, that's dangerous.
Safety.
We agree with
It's
safety.
not being sensitive. That's just life or death type of situation.
I mean,
once it's gone.
Look at that kid from Rutgers who is permanently paralyzed from a kickoff. I mean, that we agree with, but for celebrations, there is a limit to it. Like the TJ Yeldon, that's a little bit of a limit because of the throat slashing. Now, if he would have just went like this and said money, that'd have been fine. But he had throwing the throat slashes and stuff like that. I almost slit the throat.
I mean, a few years ago, it was Georgia and Florida. One of them scored. I think it was Georgia. They scored, got into the end zone.
And he do a chomp.
He had the whole entire Georgia sideline coming to the end zone.
Oh, yeah.
One 15-yard flag on that play. The whole entire team. They were all doing individual celebrations. Not just team on the field. Coaches, the training staff, everybody on the side or in the end zone.
I mean, it's just ridiculous nowadays what it is. But, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching today. Please subscribe and make a little love to that like button. Also, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Google Hangouts are coming up very soon. Hope to see you on a live chat with the coaches. And ladies and gentlemen, as you know, my name is Coach Schaefer.
And my name is Coach Hillsman. And before we end, Coach Wentz, hope to see you next show. And our fourth man on the Coaches Huddle staff, hope you get well soon. You know who you are. Hope to see you and make your debut.
Dang right, we'll make it a very awesome debut. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. And this is the Coaches Huddle. Have a good night, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you enjoyed the show. Also, ladies and gentlemen, we forgot to mention that all the Florida teams are ranked. Go Wolves! Yeah, all 4 teams are ranked. Can't touch this.
And all 3 of my teams are ranked too.
I have one team and it's ranked number 8.
Mine is staggered.
Well, anyways, and we'd like to send out our prayers and blessings to all the families who lost loved ones in the Navy Yard shooting in Washington, and also our prayers and blessings out to those who lost family members in the September 11th attacks. We really hope and pray that you all are doing well. And thank you, and have a good evening and good weekend. And this is the Coaches Huddle. Coaches Break. See you later, ladies and gentlemen. Oh no, I didn't want to capture again. What are you doing?
Oh, didn't seem like I pressed the button.
You didn't.
Oh, didn't do it again.
Tigers with a 13-7